Can you see me?
I can see you, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So, thank you for agreeing to spend some time with me. Appreciate it.
I'm happy to. Spread the word on our profession.
Thank you. Yeah. So, basically, this is for a class. It's for Social Practice 1. And so we're supposed to meet with different social workers out in the community and see if they can be our mentors.
Okay.
So yeah, the mentor, it is between, basically we do 4 interviews between now and the 24th of March.
Okay.
And basically the interviews, this is just me getting, just a introduction interview. The other interviews are going to be like us, like role playing basically, where you're like the client and stuff.
Okay.
And that would
so
be
you and I are meeting 4 times.
if it's possible, if it works for
Alright.
both of us.
I
Yeah, it'd be
can-
4 more times. Exactly.
I can commit to that. Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, and it's within that time span, and then and then you'd give me feedback of ways that I could have, interacted differently and stuff like that. So
Okay.
that's
Interesting.
that's the classes. That's part of the class. So yeah.
How would it be, so I don't know if this is allowed, but we have, for example, we have a few folks who are like in the master's program, and would it be a thing where like they could join us, or is it only like one-on-one?
You know what? That's a great question. I
Just
think they
curious.
could join us. Sure. Yeah.
Just because it might be like, it's sometimes nice to have like, okay, they're like, I'm one part of the spectrum, and then they're like this other part, and
Yeah.
then you're like, you're getting the BA, they're getting the master's, and like I'm like in the role.
Yeah.
Just curious. If
No,
that
that'd be
would
great. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. Yeah.
If it works out.
It'd be fine. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. If the
Just an
timing.
idea.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's basically yeah. And then I also, I mean, of course, I'm just curious, how you've gotten to the profession you're at.
Okay. So,
And what is your profession?
so my profession is a school social worker. In Mount Diablo Unified, it's called a social work specialist,
Social
which
work
is
specialist.
a name that I don't know how I feel that, but that's my role. It's my title here. And I am a pretty classic school social worker. I'm at one site. My job is to provide crisis intervention as it comes up. My job is to provide student wellness education to sort of the student body at large. I in the past sort of carried a caseload, but now I just will do like some brief work with students, and my role is to facilitate a weekly meeting that we call Care Team. It's our service delivery, so a referral comes in. Once a week, we talk about all the referrals as a team, delegate out, create interventions as a team, and then my job is to sort of make sure that things get followed through on and followed up on, and that's the system that we work under here. Everything from like an SST, which I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, I'm aware, yeah.
An SST to an IEP to a 504 meeting, they all come out of like this service delivery model, which is used in most other schools. In Alameda, they call it COST. And so my role is to just make sure all the mental health supports are functioning for kids here and families. So that's my role, school social worker. I go into classrooms, I collaborate with special ed, I work with the administrative team, and sometimes we're just like in an enrichment place. Kids will come, to the center for tutoring and just to have a safe place. They'll come here for lunch, so it's sort of like this. I always say like I am the DCC. We're called the DCC, Diablo Community Center, because it's a space, but it's also like if I'm not here, then we're closed. So
Right.
I am the DCC. But
It's a lot, yeah. That's
I've been here. This is my 5th school year.
oh wow,
Yeah,
it's a long time.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
and the summers off help.
Yeah, right.
And then prior, I was in San Francisco Unified. I was there for 2.5 school years.
Oh, nice.
And I worked in all ed and at a comprehensive high school there. Literally the same role. Oversaw their wellness center there. And that's sort of been my school social work career. Before that, I lived in LA and I worked with the homeless population.
Oh,
Yeah, so I worked for a nonprofit called, what is it called now? It's a distant memory. It's called Family Promise. And it was actually pretty cool. It was pretty innovative. My role was a director of the organization, and we partnered with interfaith organizations, so mosque, church, even the, what are the folks? Seventh-day Adventist and Mormon church.
Wow.
To
It's a broad base.
yeah, this interfaith is the idea. So, and they would actually use their physical buildings to house homeless families.
Oh wow.
And then families would stay there for a brief period of time until they were able to connect to like transitional housing. So it was like in between like crisis housing and transitional. Love that. So I worked with the homeless population. I also worked on Skid Row doing case management.
Wow.
So that's before that. And before that I was a grad student. So
Nice.
I was, in grad school I did school social work and then a homeless organization internship, and that's kind of what led me to where I am now.
Nice. That's awesome. Thank you. I mean, that's great experience. That's amazing.
It's been, I love the kids, they're hilarious,
Right.
and I wonder like when I'm gonna feel too old to like, you know, be, you know, when I was younger, I was like, oh, we're kind of, you know, we can connect, but it's so funny and fun working with like children and adolescents, and so it keeps it like, the burnout prevention is them. 'Cause
It's
they're-
them.
Yeah.
Nice. Big rewards.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sort of like my professional background.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me, and it's a great experience. And I mean, I'd really appreciate if you could be my mentor. I mean, you have such great experience. It would be
Yeah, I'm like partial because I am a social worker, but I'm like, whenever the interns come in, I'm like, you gotta get this PBSC thing. Like, it's just so good. In grad school, I got it thinking like, I'll have it in my back pocket, and then it ended up being like where my
what you
career
want.
went.
Yeah.
And if, you know, for folks that have, even if you don't have a family, I have a family, but like, to have summers off, like you could travel the
Right.
world, or you
Yeah.
can take care of your children,
Right.
and so that's a beautiful thing. And in our profession, it's easy to get burnt out, so it has these natural breaks that allow you to kind of recharge
Definitely.
and then come back like 100%, which is something I love about it too.
Nice. It's good to hear. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's definitely what I'm considering is school social work. So. Definitely.
Yeah, my boss, who was a school social worker, he's actually the administrator over student services at Berkeley Unified now. So it's also like, you're not pigeonholed into like, I'm only going to be this counselor at this one school. It can open up doors, you know, in other directions as well. Like, you don't have to just do the same monotonous thing forever.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.